this topic, I'm going to talk about the design aspect of the user-centered design process and how your design will impact your interface. Let's talk about what an interface is. The interface is basically what sits between you, the user, and the product. So, for example, a microwave has an interface. It has buttons, it has dials, it has a door handle. And that's how you interact with the product. Or for a website or a mobile phone application, the interface is the screen, the buttons again, and the things that you work with and slide to make that product work. There are three core design elements that will impact your interface. First one is information design. The second is interaction design. And finally, the visual design. I'll explain what I mean by these three elements by using a house analogy. Imagine you're an architect. You've been made responsible to design a house. And let's take the kitchen as an example. So you have an oven, you have a microwave, you have a fridge, you have a pantry. And obviously you want to make sure those elements are together to help you prepare food. So that's information design, elements that need to be grouped together. The interaction design is the same as the dials you use to work the oven, the door handle you use to open up the pantry, the things you interact with to actually make those elements work. And finally, the visual design. This is where the architect and the interior design will decide on the look and feel of the house. Maybe they want a stainless steel fridge, maybe a white oven, maybe a marble tabletop. The architect and the interior designer need to factor all these three elements when they're designing the house. So I've used the house as an example to illustrate what I mean by these three design phases or elements. Let's use a website as an example. So information design for a website, it's all about the content. It's all about the little pieces of information, how they're grouped together, how the user will go about understanding the relationships between the information. The interaction design is how the user actually accesses that piece of information. Are they clicking on buttons? Are they scrolling? How are they navigating to get to that information? And finally, the visual design. That's where the interaction and the information design are brought together to create the final look and feel for the website. So in this topic, I've talked about the three design elements that come together to help you design an interface. You don't have to do these in any order. They can be done in parallel, but typically information comes before interaction design and interaction design comes before visual design. So in the next topic, I'm going to talk about information design in a bit more detail.